Hello everyone and welcome to the Music Professor channel. I'm Matthew King, I'm here with Loki and we're going to talk about Erik Satie. There have been many videos about Satie on this channel, and this is partly because I am a member of that exclusive and rather esoteric club, the Erik Satie fan club. That doesn't really exist, but I am a huge Satie enthusiast. I think he's a great composer. I disagree with some people who comment on the channel that he was just an amateur and a dabbler and a bungler. He certainly wasn't those things. I think that every piece he composed was precisely as he meant it to be. He had wonderful perceptiveness as a composer. He knew exactly how long a piece should be. He experimented with all kinds of different ways of composing a piece. And every time he composes, there's a total concision and precision about the way he worked. The great French composer Olivier Messiaen once said, you know, I am like Satie. I like to produce perfect pieces and then just put fin at the end. And today's piece is very much one of those. It's an exquisite little single-page miniature for piano, and there's some controversy here because I'm going to make the case that this is the 8th Gnossienne. That's not a normal view. It was published under the title La Petite Ouverture à Danser, but I think that title is ludicrous. It was invented by a composer called Robert Caby, who published it in 1968. And when Caby published it, he gave it that title, heaven knows why, because he couldn't see how it fitted into the general output, so he just assumed it was a little independent piece, and he gave it that title, probably so that he could sell more copies. But it's completely inappropriate. It's not like any of Satie's titles, and what makes me think that it's a Gnossienne, Satie wrote no title at all on the page, but then he didn't always give the numbered Gnossienne titles either, but it has all the characteristics of that particular Satie genre, insofar as there are no bar lines, and the music, it has a meditative quality like all the Gnossienne, and it occupies the same sort of register of the piano and explores some of the same pianistic and harmonic methods of the other Gnossienne. And the thing about the Gnossienne is that the genre is very open-ended anyway. Only one of them has arpeggios that go up and down, that's the fourth. There's only one that has this sort of that sort of ornamental style. You know, they do vary. So the common notion that this can't possibly be one of the Gnossienne because it's a bit different from the others, well, they're all a bit different. But what does bind them together, I think, as a set, is actually the variety of characters that are represented in the 8 pieces, and the sort of perfection of this form, which is in some sense meditative. They're all cyclical in very different ways, but they all sort of go in a circle, and they have a meditative character. So I think this is absolutely a Gnossienne. It was written in 1897, so a few years after the first 3. Fourth and fifth actually date back to 1890, so they're even earlier than the 3 that were originally published. The 7th is extracted from the stage play The Son of the Stars, which was a sort of mystical play by Péladin that Erik Satie wrote the music for, and you can hear all these in different videos. And you can also hear the music for Act 1 of that stage play. I've done that in one of the videos too, and we'll put it in the video description. And this one dates from 1897, which is actually the year of the 6th Gnossienne. The 6th Gnossienne is a very mysterious piece. Go and listen to the video of that because it's fascinating. It's assembled like a kind of jigsaw. The different phrases of the piece recur in different keys and they're sort of spliced together in a different order each time. Fascinating approach to composition. And that Gnossienne doesn't really have a key centre. It's got a strangely wandering character. This one isn't like that. The harmony of the piece is much more straightforward. It almost feels like Fauré, but it absolutely isn't. It's very clearly Satie, and you'll hear it in a minute. It starts with a beautiful theme with this da-da-da song-like melody, but with the characteristic sort of plodding accompaniment that Satie uses in some of the Gnosiennes. And then he goes on a little journey, which is very simple to describe. It essentially goes on a downward trajectory, reaches at the bottom, and then climbs back up. And then the opening theme recurs, and that's it. Wonderful, wonderful design for a piece. The performance in this video is slightly different from other performances that may exist, and this is because I think Robert Caby, the first publisher, got certain things wrong in the manuscript. I don't know why. He misread them and published it with altered notes, altered chords. But I think the manuscript is very clear about what Satie intended, so I've restored those details in this performance. And that, I think, is all I really need to say, except thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and press the little bell if you want notifications. Please comment on the Gnosienne, and please, if you feel in a generous mood, donate to the channel because we really do need your donations. Thank you.